Bring back the femininity in things. Do y'all know what feminine is exactly? You want me to look at, I'm big on definition. Let me look at the definition.
I think that a lot of women know, but I wanted to add this to the point, but I didn't want to overspeak on you.
No, go ahead.
So in addition to like women are having to step up and make decisions, I think, and I'm speaking for my generation and people in my circle, I think you identify as an alpha male. I can see that. My experience with you is that to be true. But I feel like there are women that have been in relationships where they do have to make the decisions. If they don't make plans, it won't happen. And so I think sometimes if women have been accustomed to dating a certain type of man where they have to think and they're constantly having to be on, it is exhausting as heck. So when women find a guy who is willing to tell you what's this or that, it's very refreshing for a guy to be like kind of domineering and he's got a plan for you guys and he's telling you what's going to go on because you can trust, you feel like you can trust that and feel safe. And the polar opposite in terms of attraction, since we were talking about that is definitely something that once you get past, oh, he's attractive, I'm attracted to him and now I'm interested. When, at least I'll speak for me, if I find a guy that is very like, he has trouble making decisions, he's just doing, it's just a challenge, I can't.
Like, there you go.
I need you to think. There
you go. I know there's going to be a lot of women in the comment section saying, well, when a man does this and a man does that and this, that, and the third, you're not in prison here. When you're in a relationship, it's not prison. If you realize these signs, you should be able to pick up on this type of stuff in dating. So the problem is not men per se. I mean, we have our shit to fix as well. Hey, like something. You trying to get that forehead action in? I get it. Listen, what was I talking about? You got me off the subject with your forehead in the camera. But
not trying to be a distraction.
I'm telling you. So yeah, that's what.
No, you were saying women can get out of it. I guess you're saying.
Yeah. You can. Yes, that's what I want to say. So
hey,
y'all need to work on your vetting skills. So you need to be able to pick up on certain things so you won't have these comments. These comments are full of not being able to vet these, because if you vet people a lot quicker, let's say in like 30 days or something, I ain't Steve Harvey, I don't got no exact days, but if you vet someone a lot more and you know what you want, okay? Let's say me as a man, if I know I want to get married, my vetting process is going to be stringent. You hear me? Do you know the amount of sacrifice that I have to give up to get married to your ass? You telling me to give up?
Cut off your team, right?
You telling me to give up all this free pussy out here? I got to give that up. I have to stop dating women. I have to give up half of my shit if we get divorced. I got to get on one knee, which is painful. I'm 36. I got to buy a ring. I got to pay for a wedding. I got to buy a house. I got to buy a dog. I got to have kids. I have to work. I got to get a second job. I got to boss up because y'all want a man with what? Ambition. So I can't even stay at the Dollar Tree. I gotta get a business. I got to go here. I got to do that or not. If not, you're going to leave me and you're going to fuck the 6'3" nigga. Because
first of all,
was I lying?
Do think that
you stopped me because I was lying.
I didn't stop you because you were lying. But I will say that I think there are a lot of more intangible things that you do gain out of that. For one, now you have focus on one woman versus spreading yourself amongst 3 women, 3 different energies, keeping up with the whole lifestyle. So it makes you a better man when you select the right woman.
Of course. That's why I said when a man says, you know what? F this roster. I want to get married.
The bracket.
Yeah, F this roster. I want to get married. He's going to start chopping his list down. He's going to start looking for different things. He's not going to be as available as he was before to, like you said, spreading off all of his energy between everybody. You can't tell a man what he's prepared for or what he should be. And a lot of women do that. They're trying to tell men what they should be doing or what's good for you. You don't know what's good for. If I feel like I can juggle 10 women, I'm going to juggle 10 women. I'm going to be at Barnum and Bailey's motherfucking circus.
But you just said
That's
women
what I
need to
want to
speak
do.
up. So Chris, you just said women need to be vocal. What are
So
your
of course,
intentions? What do you want? Give him an ultimatum.
yes,
Who cares how he feels? That's what you said.
yeah. You said you seen my boy in there, Keon. He said you got to be more selfless. So mind you, I'm not saying don't listen. I'm still saying you still have to let the man lead in this, that, and third. Let the man lead is because you felt like this person could lead. You just said that you were dealing with
Very
dudes, or you don't.
attractive.
Yeah, you're not attracted to dudes who can't make plans properly, who can't seem to take the lead. How long it took you to pick up on that?
Me personally,
Yeah, you personally. How long does a man not being able to take the lead take to figure out?
okay, so I'm gonna tell you this. He was this particular scenario I'm thinking of. He was such a good person. He was such a good person, and we really did have a good time. And it was initially it was kind of like, oh, he's so agreeable, but it puts the guy in a different energy than you want him to be in, right? So it kind of gives you more of that friendly vibe versus like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind to, you know, it
Mm-hmm.
just gives you a different energy, you know. So I would say, and this was a long distance situation. This was a long distance dating. So it took
Mm-hmm.
you know, we talked about that. It took a
Mm-hmm.
little longer to pick up on, but I remember being like, hey, you tell me what you want. For me, it was like, I felt like the guy was never bringing me into his world. He really wanted to be a part of my world. And I was like, I don't care if I don't like it, just risk it. You know, I'm not a picky person. Like, do some, you know, you can't do the wrong thing with the right person. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was like, just
No.
go for it. I think he felt like you may be accustomed to this because you live in Atlanta. And I don't know, it was a confidence thing at the end of the day for me with him. And so once that disconnect happened, it probably took a few months before I was finally like kind of at my wit's end where I was like, hey, this probably won't work because
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had to be so careful with him.
Should it take you 5 years to know if a man wants to marry you or not?
I don't no is the general answer, but I will say depending on where a woman is in her life and the dynamic of the relationship, it can be hard because, and I don't know if you mentioned this on one of the videos I saw, but I think one of the toughest lessons that I had to learn was that you can have someone who you know loves you deeply and you love them, and you literally want different things. And
Mm-hmm.
that was something that was difficult for me in my 20s. Also, because I had a child, I think prematurely I felt like I needed to get married.
Mm-hmm. That's even
Not
worse.
needed, but you know
No,
what
I
I'm saying?
get
Like
it.
there was a little more
To
pressure.
to complete the union.
Right, like, you know, let's just figure this out. And so I
Mm-hmm.
think that was tough for me to understand because if you have families that get along and the person is, you know, they're there for you, they, you know, there's nothing they won't do but, you know, act right in that way. I
Mm-hmm.
think that can be harder for women because I'm gonna be honest, you know, you grow up and you hear different conversations in your household from your mom, your aunt, your grandmother, even your dad. You know, like I know for me, my dad was very vocal about don't be one of those women, baby girl. He would tell all my sisters, make sure
Mm-hmm.
you have, you go to college, you have a
Yeah.
career, and you don't have to
Sure.
deal with some knucklehead. No, my dad wasn't
Uh,
talking about no Prince Charming and stuff.
yeah, I wouldn't tell my daughter that. You're gonna have to deal with no. You should, no matter what you do in life, whether you want to be a stay-at-home mom or a model or whatever you want to do. If you want to focus on beauty and fitness, if that's what you want to do, you shouldn't be dealing with a knucklehead in general. What I would do as a father is paint these pictures or put these dudes in a lineup and show you the different type of men that you could run into and who you should avoid and who you should find interest in. I think that's a better message than girl boss up. You don't need no man. Go to school. This, that, and the third. That's something that parents just said back then. But as you can
Right. I was gonna say
see,
we're very
yeah,
involved and we support what
as
you're
you
saying.
yes, we're definitely a progressive culture, and as you can see, that's not working out for a lot of women. Just being this boss chick who has her own house, her own car, this other stuff like that. Not, and mind you, before the comments start going, not saying that because you have your shit together that no man wants you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's not the case. It will probably make it more difficult. You won't have as many options, because you've bossed yourself up to where you won't even deal with certain men just because of their financial status or where they are. They're, you know, maybe a little younger than you. Let's say you at 40 want to pull back to 36 or 37 and they ain't there yet. But you there. So you're not going to wait for no weak man to catch up to where you're at. Not you personally, but someone in your position.
Yeah, I will say, I just saw is that your friend, the KGG man? What does he mean by be more selfless? Is he saying women need to be more selfless? Can you clarify, sir? Is that your friend, Chris?
Yeah, some chicks want someone to be assertive, turn around and say he being controlling. Yeah, that does happen. I've been accused of being controlling.
I mean, I'm just saying
So is it you want them to, you want to, this is what I told somebody one time, and I see this to be true in a lot of my personal situations. I can only tell you about my experiences. Whatever anybody else has done, I'm sorry for you. My experience is that I believe women want an alpha man that can be beta when they want them to. That's what I think you guys are looking for. You want an alpha man, but you also want them to chill out whenever you want to take the, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you want to pull your pants up or something.
I just told you we want equal and better treatment.
Yeah.
Can I give some context, or can I give you some thoughts on that? I will say, you know, we had talked offline, so I thought a little bit more about, and I saw certain things floating around where I think that the alpha male can be so attractive from
from a distance.
No, like from a chemistry standpoint, just to have a guy like super assertive, very confident, very sure of himself and his passions, it can be like, ooh. Mm-hmm. My experience has been that sometimes that guy is not always the most thoughtful, he's not always as considerate. Sometimes he can be a little selfish because you're literally having to like be in his world. And so a lot of times it feels like it's all about him. And, you know, I think I told you, what I will say, and I think you and I had talked about this, but like, if a woman has been accustomed to a guy that's a lot more thoughtful and caring, those are things that may matter for women. It does for me. I need you to be thoughtful, communicate, and things of that nature. And sometimes a guy who is so on purpose, who's alpha, can be, I think he can lose track of I feel like sometimes he can forget that you don't have to be there, right? Like you don't have to be there. It's a privilege. It should be a privilege for people to feel like someone great is in their life, no matter what side of the spectrum you're on. So as far as controlling, I feel like I would like an example of what someone has said is controlling.
I mean, I guess one is something.
Men require work, and some women don't want to work that hard.
That's true.
Girl.
You don't. You don't. You think just because you're a woman and you bat your eyes and you put your forehead in the camera that we're just supposed that we're supposed to fall to our knees. It does, especially, I don't know how it was back in the day. I wasn't born back in the day, but as of right now, I'm telling you, that ain't it, sis. That ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
A lot of men, it's highly competitive, and
a lot of men are becoming more confident. They're making more, especially black men are starting to make some more money. There's a lot of different business avenues and digital marketing going on, and you can do stuff like this and make money for no apparent reason.
Intellectual property, hello.
Exactly. Real estate, people are getting their credit together. So men are bossing themselves up to where they're not taking all this bullshit no more. Y'all are gonna have it. It is listen. If you're talking to me and I'm the assistant manager at AutoZone, and you're also talking to someone who looks equally as attractive as I do, and he's the senior executive of Kraft Mac and Cheese, who are you going to be most likely? You're going to pay the guy who has more resources, who can take you more places that you would enjoy than the guy who works at AutoZone. So, but guess what? Men understand that. We're different than y'all. We understand that me as not even assistant manager, an associate at AutoZone, I'm not going to go holler at Beyonce. But unfortunately, y'all can work at the Dollar Tree and be trying to talk to me.
Yeah, and you might be interested.
But no, going back to the pinned subject here, I'm attracted to you. Definitely attracted. I may not be I may be more interested in someone with the same, mind you, the same traits, but she's assistant manager at let's see, let's find a decent place, some type of consulting firm or something. She works at a consulting firm, and she's a assistant manager, but she has the traits that a man. She's cooperative. She still stays in her femininity. She does all that. She smiles. She's inspirational. She wears her natural hair. Everything works.
She's warm. She's inviting.
Exactly. We're clearly gonna gravitate to the person who has her stuff together a little bit more. So it's like, but either way, we still go by beauty first, though. So that's why I said if y'all look the same. But going to
it's the same type of girl.
Correct, yeah. but going to a different type of scenario. If there's this heavy, y'all will be out of shape. Like you said, what you said, the cap lace front going on, all type of crazy eyelashes that look like you're about to fly off into the sunset.
Yeah.
That person. And the girl who has her shit together, who wears her don't wear a lot of makeup, is a homebody, dresses nice whenever you need her to, and always keeps herself up, works out. Every time you hit her up, what you doing? Working out. What you ate today? Rice cakes and air. That's what we're looking for. That's the person with this girl is. We're not looking for the girl that's flying. We may be attracted to the girl that's flying away. It might be. But are we marrying the girl that's flying away? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think because remember, we have the option. So if men understand that the guy that works at AutoZone can't talk to Beyonce, why do women not understand that as well? It is a competition. Either boss up, just like you have us do. Like I said, there's a song about it. Broke niggas don't deserve no pussy. I know that's right. Y'all sing that to the top of your fucking lungs. But if I say something similar,
I will
then it's a problem.
So I will say this, and I know this does tie into the whole attraction thing. I do find that women, I feel like there's some innate things that just exist no matter how much society has changed, because it is a little bit harder for a woman in terms of we will work hard for our accomplishments and things too, where, I think Black women have more graduate level degrees than any other race of people. So Black women are doing their thing. I think number one, entrepreneurs, all this, it's all kind of stats or whatever. Mm-hmm. However, I know in talking to one of my really good friends who is a certain caliber of woman in terms of her career and her earnings, and she has felt like she has access to a certain kind of guy. She's a beautiful woman. She's an attractive woman for sure.
There you go.
But I will say that I've had to remind her that he doesn't give a crap about what you do for a living, because he's not banking on that. The type of guy she wants is not banking on her to add value to his financial status. So when she's like bossing and doing all that, it makes her very masculine. And so essentially the guys that she feels are on her level now because of what she does for a living are really not checking for her. Possibly.
No, we're not. No, we would rather the 27-year-old assistant supervisor at Saks Fifth, who has who's cooperative. Obviously works at Saks Fifth, so she's definitely going to be dressing nice. She's going to have her. She's going to be having her physicality together, and she's not going to be poisoned with 20 years of Oprah, Steve Harvey books, these chick podcasts, and this, that, and the third. Y'all live around women circles. I always say, single women keep women single. All y'all do is hang around single women, and I feel like, because I go out a lot. As I go out more, I'm seeing more and more women
Hey,
with
boo.
with other women.
I will say,
That's
I
all
think
I
that
see.
women don't enjoy going out. I was talking to one of my cousins, and she's been living in her city for a few years, and she, you know, COVID happened, and you know, she's busy. She's got her whole life, and so she hasn't readily met people. And I'm like, you just gotta go, you know, go. Like, you just gotta go stuff places by yourself. You can't always wait. And I do find that women in packs are not approached. Like, I don't think people, you know, it's hard. You gonna have the hating friend.
I
You
got a
gotta get
video on
the
that too.
norms, you know.
Women, I may make a few sequels to that because that's also a layered subject.
Did you talk about that?
Yeah, that's on the YouTube. So I had it's called Women in Packs. It's one of my earlier videos.
I've had, especially being here, like moving to Atlanta, and you know, I've always telecommuted prior to the COVID and stuff like that. And my sister and I are very different in things that we enjoy doing. So I couldn't, I mean, I had her circle, but I couldn't really rely on her to connect me to the city. So I'm like, you know, I was telling my cousin, like, join some professional organizations, you know, go to your favorite, you go to different restaurants, just sit at the bar. Like, you know, you just be surprised that you strike a conversation. I have a female friend, Deb, you know, she came in the chat, like, we met at Maggiano's. Like, I was just there watching a game, talking trash about a basketball player that she knew. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So it just, and we connected and went from there. So I don't really know what that's about, though.
I mean, it is border, mind you.
I think I met you solo.
That's what exactly. Like, yeah. I don't want to. I'm not a homophobe, and don't cancel me, y'all. But it's borderline gay. This stuff I'm seeing. It's that bad.
Let's say codependent. Let's say codependent.
No, listen. When I say I'm seeing it so much, men don't travel like that. No. We don't be on each other's necks like that. We are. You know why? You know what we're trying to do? We're trying to do two things: get money and get women.
Yeah.
So we're, you know, it's not a need. Like, me and my friends connect every so often.
Yeah, you watching a game.
And it's like two of us, maybe three. Man, I be seeing 12, 9, 8, 7.
Literally packs.
Literally packs. Literally packs. So imagine this. Imagine this. You have A, B, and C as far as women, right? That's how we graded y'all. Y'all in a group, just a group of 3. We'll make it modest. You're in a group of 3. A, B, and C is how we graded y'all. What if you're C? Remember, it's only one of me. So if I holler at your homegirl that's married or that's in a relationship, and I walk up to her in front of all 3 of y'all,
where the girls are put out.
Yeah, so let's say that A, because usually A is in a relationship. I'm sorry. So A is in a relationship. I'm going for A. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm going for A and working my way down the list. So if I go to A, oh, I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship. All right, A, appreciate that. A, B, what's going on? I ain't no second guess. You just hollered at my homegirl. You're fucking B. Whose fault is that? That's not my fault.
Right.
But that is how y'all miss out on prime opportunities, because I can only holler at one of y'all. It's 8 of y'all.
Right. And you gotta really just taking a dice. You're rolling.
But if you got A, B, and C, if you went out by your goddamn, if the C, let's say you're C, if you're C and you go out by yourself, guess what that makes you? A. So now who's ever out, they only see you by yourself.
You're not competing. If the guy's going to approach, he's going to approach. I think the only reason why I've never done the pack thing, I mean, I've gone out with friends, relatives, or whatever, but if I want to go somewhere, I'm going to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go eat, I'm going to go do this or that. But I will say, in speaking with some friends and things like that, I think it's just a matter of, like, some people just feel like I'm by myself. It's like, yes, meaning you're approachable.
Exactly. So, that's what that whole, you know, the beautiful woman that's hanging out with the 3s and 4s, with the ugly chicks or whatever. They do that so they can stay A. They will always garner the most attention. But think about it, girls now, I mean, they hang around a bunch of bad chicks, bunch of 8s and 9s, or 7s, 8s, and 9s. What's a man to do? What do you want? Okay, how about this? Question to you. You're out with.
I don't travel like that.
Hold on. Let's say you do. Let's say you're with 3 of your homegirls out, right? In a group. what would you like me to do if I'm interested in you? How would I do that? You want me to come in between all of your friends as, you know, y'all are drinking mimosas with your tongues out? What exactly you want me to do? Everybody's tongue is out. Everybody.
I will say, obviously, if I'm okay, so I'm just gonna answer your question. I would think that a woman feels like, I think that a lot of women feel like guys are so used to being the pursuer or doing things that a lot of women haven't thought about how will he make that happen.
How does he do it?
One thing
Yes.
to put yourself out there, but it's like, I'm gonna embarrass myself for the 5 women or choose the wrong one, or
No, I'm not doing that. For what? I'm not doing that.
But I will say, and like I said, that's not the reason why I guess I'll do solo stuff. I've just noticed that sometimes you can like not enjoy your life because you're waiting for people to join. And I have a lot of guy cousins, but I always love how men, you know, like men will show up and leave. It's nice you can come in and get out when you want. Mm-hmm. And over time you do realize like, wow, you meet a lot of people that way. Like you're approachable, you know, so I think it's a confidence thing too. I think some people are just not comfortable being solo. And I think, you know, you see that a lot more probably with women and men where you have like the monkey bar kind of people where they're always with someone because they can't. I think that's how it's, but yeah, I don't know. I'm a middle kid. So like I said, I've always felt like I got to do my own thing, but I can see where.
If you want to join, y'all, all in the comment section, if I'm not mistaken, you can send me an invite and you can join as well if you want to speak on topic. Obviously, your video is going to be on, so take them rollers out, let that joint bounce, and then jump on. Don't jump on looking crazy, because the world gonna know. But if you do want to chime in, you can. But go ahead and finish. I just wanted to let them know you can chime in if you want.
But I do think that probably is. You said you did a video on that. That probably is a good one for a lot of people. But that was my advice to a relative. I was like, you've been there for some years now. By now you should have your tribe. Like, go to the gym. Like, join a class. Like, it's just ways. Whatever you enjoy doing, that's how you find your tribe. And so if you are a person who likes to work out, probably the guy you are into should like to work out also, because you're not now competing with lifestyles. It's something else y'all have in common.
No, that's 100% correct. But that's what y'all don't understand is that when we're going out to, I know y'all hey, oh, that's a trigger word, isn't it? Y'all, female, what else is trigger?
Women do get a little bit. I don't like the word female.
See, like, I don't know why. Are you not a female? Is that not what you are? But you see how you scrunch your face up and say it? What if you just said, look, try it. Female. Look how pleasant that sounds. When I say it, I say female. When you say it, female. Like that, of course it sounds bad when you try to look like the Wicked Witch of the West while you say it. If you just said it, you'd be fine.
I think in the West Coast, they'd be like, them females, you know, like, I don't know.
It's not, listen, y'all would rather call each other bitches than have us call you female. Does that make sense to you? Does that make any sense?
I like to hear my name.
That's fine, but what if I'm referring to a group of people who are women? There's a chance I could say female. Now, I understand that you all are women.
Yes.
Who cares? It came from a good place. Because y'all could say, yes, bitch. But if I say, there's a lot of females in here. Oh, female.
That sounds a little different.
I'm saying the word female. If I'm just saying female, just outright, that's not a problem. Y'all have to let that go. If I can say things to you in a derogatory manner and don't use a curse word.
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Because I could say these, think about it. I could say these women ain't shit. I could say these females ain't shit. I could say these bitches ain't shit. I could say all type of stuff, but some of those weren't curse words. I said women, but I said y'all ain't shit. So that's the negative connotation at that point.
That would be very negative. I would
exactly. But if I just said females with a nice calming voice, females. Maybe y'all should stick it on y'all windows, on y'all mirrors, and just get over that. That's not that serious. It's not.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
I'm not to discredit.
I went off on a tangent. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, clearly women have said something about
I've
that.
had I have some, they gonna see this. I have some friends that really be on me for that, because that, me and my friends say females. That's how we talk. It's not anything, there's nothing wrong with it. It's like y'all may say niggas. Yeah, man, this nigga hit me up yesterday and he did that. You were just talking about a guy who hit you up. It's not, we're not triggered like that.
Well, I will say this, in some of the comments that you provided, some of the feedback, I think it was a lot about the, you know, you told me this, like, you date women, so that's all you can offer is like that.
That's all I can do for you. That's all I can do.
What are men doing, like, in terms of, you know, like, what do men need to do? You talking about some things women, well, you mentioned some things that women need to do or whatever.
I believe the key thing that men need to do is focus on yourself. Focus on, that's an age-old attitude, man. Don't chase women. Women, they'll always be there, type of thing, right? I think if more men focused solely on themselves, first at least, from the onset, and you boss yourself up, by the time that you are, you know, ready to get married, whether that's at 28 or 38, you have built, because some take longer than others to build themselves to some people have different opportunities than others do. Some people are from, you know, a impoverished area. Some people, parents may not have education. So it's hard when your parents don't have the education to teach you to get yours. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be harder.
You know, even the goal.
Yeah, that's going to be harder for you. So, But yeah, I think if men focus more on that, confidence is key.
Agree.
Confidence is key. What you do, fellas, and this is for free. I'm about to pin my damn Cash App in a minute. If you walk into a packed room and don't look at nobody, and then double back around, and then holler at the woman who you seen when you first came in there, you got it. Because you walked in there like you was the shit. Make sure you keep your legs kind of, you know, spread out and kind of walk like you own the place. That's almost a strut. Almost. I know strut sounds kind of feminine, but you know what I mean.
No.
There's a song about it. I feel like the man when I walk through. That's real shit. You should. But I think that stuff lies within. So if you're not confident in yourself, then you're not going to walk around with confidence. And women smell a bitch nigga from a mile away. They're going to stay, and they can smell confidence from a mile away. Y'all may think it's arrogant, this nigga's conceited, or this, that, and the third, but that's what you want, because that's what everybody else is looking at.
I will say that, I will say, and I think, you know, your friend had that question about the control thing. I think there is some truth to, like, ideally, the perfect guy is very alpha.
Good luck.
But when he's with you, he can exude some beta qualities, if that means him being thoughtful and kind. And
have you met the perfect man yet?
I don't know.
Where's this man at?
Well, have you met the perfect woman?
I'm talking to you. You're the one who just described this unicorn of a man. So have you met this person yet? Have you met a person who somehow can be every single thing that you've ever, I mean, obviously women say that when they get married. This is just, I'm not going to use the word settle, because settle has a negative connotation.
Your friend calling me out.
Friend. Right. Exactly. Exactly. We're talking about you, but this is another thing that women do. Whenever we're talking about you, you answer by asking me the same question about me. That's not how conversation goes.
Your question, I don't remember it.
You sure it's only lemonade in that drink?
I was reading comments.
I told you stop reading the comments. Talk to me. See how you don't. You see how you can't even focus online.
Maybe I have ADHD.
The question was, have you found this unicorn of a man that you just described? Do you know where this man is? Because I'm sure there's some ladies in here that would love that information.
I'm gonna go with no. I've never met him.
Exactly. Because he doesn't
He's never
exist,
met me.
sweetheart. Don't let this Russell Wilson shit fool you, okay?
Who said Russell Wilson?
I'm just saying. The man that's some Russell Wilson shit. That doesn't, and even that's kind of because the alpha part, but.
Well, let me say this. I don't think that let me say this. I don't want to offend you because you identify as an alpha male.
Sure.
It's a lot. Someone pinned, I forget her name, but she pinned something in here. It can be a lot of work.
Okay. So I hear,
especially every guy who identifies as an alpha is worth the headache or the work of it. Because guess what? It can be a lot. Because guess what? We also have our own things going on too. And sometimes you want to feel like there's room or space for you.
Have you ever got?
You know what I mean by that?
Have you ever got a promotion you didn't work for?
No, because I'm always bringing 100%.
Pin that right there.
Well, a fairy tale.
Stop looking at the comments. Pin that right there. You just said that you get these raises because you've given what? Say that one more time.
I give 100%.
100%. So why would you not do the same? And 100% takes what? Work. Okay? You can't just sit back and just expect this Cinderella fairy tale story. This is work. If you look at the one video I have about, I think the girl's name was Amy, how she was in a long distance relationship with a man.
Oh, I heard that.
Yeah, everything was just fine, all peaches and cream, you know what I mean.
Long distance is dope like that.
Long distance is fire. You know why? Because you get the best of that person in doses.
For sure.
You get the best, and some you could be, maybe 4 days out of you'll be with someone for 4 long days out of a month sometimes, right? And that's all you need. Y'all talk on the phone. You don't even have to call each other every day per se. You may miss a text. I mean, what can they do?
It's understood if it's not.
It's already understood.
Right.
It's already understood. But back to the Amy story. As soon as this man came connected with this person, now we have a problem. Houston, and funny enough, she was in Houston. Houston, we have a problem. Now, mind you, the timeline wasn't cookie cutter like that, but for all intents and purposes, he moved back and they broke up at that point. Because relationships take work, and that's what the young lady must have been talking about earlier, is that a lot of, I only date women. A lot of women don't want to work for a man. They believe that we're supposed to just like you because you're you. A girl told me that.
What are y'all doing? I'm just asking.
Listen. This girl was the most unpleasant person to talk to. I mean, completely unpleasant. Completely. You know what she told me?
What?
I'm going to find a man who going to like me for me. Who the fuck is that?
You said wait for it.
Who is that?
But let me say this.
Who is going to like this? This isn't, my thing is, hold on, I'm going to let you go. Some of y'all attitudes are not likable. You may be cute. That's fine. We'll blow your back out. Look, we have no problems. Condoms come in hella quantities now. So we have no problems blowing your back out. None. But when it comes to absolutely sitting down with you, eating dinner, waking up next to you, sleeping in my bed, messing up my sheets, that's a whole different energy. Whole different energy. Let me wave to these people. What's going on, y'all? But yeah, so going back to attraction versus interest, I know we didn't been a little bit all over the place. I do have some questions in here that I was not ignoring, but I was trying to focus on you. Can a woman tell her guy to lessen the text and communication with his adult adult children's baby mama. Jeez. Can a woman tell me? I mean, I don't have an adult child, so I don't know. My child is young, so but just let's say in general, from what I said earlier, you and your child's parent, whether it's dad or mom, can be friendly. I don't believe that you and your child's parent can be friends. What's going on, Janelle? I don't think that, because that is when you get those texts, y'all are LOLing, this, that, and the third. No, ma'am. No. Because I listen, case in point.
Tell it.
A man knows if that man has been between your legs before, he will always feel like he can get back in between them legs at any given time. And the way I've had a situation where the way that the person I was dating, baby daddy, talked to her while I was present, it sounded, you could hear it. I think Drake has a
recognized it.
Yeah, Drake has a bar. I don't know. I'm gonna screw it up completely, but pretty much he's saying he gave a girl, someone gave his girl a hug, or he gave a girl a hug, and he know them type of hugs. That's the type of hugs that you give a person that you fuck.
It's that blue song.
Yeah, exactly. So and that resonated with me when I heard it, because I'm like, damn, that's 100%. We know that there's certain triggers, a certain tone just to talk to you on the phone that gets, Tyrell, stop. You get that.
Doing so much, yeah.
You get that. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you may not, give them access, but it's a little bit too friendly. How about you? How do you interact with your child's father? Is it friends or friendly?
It is friendly.
Friendly.
But I will say, I would like to think that we're always going to be friends, just because we created a family.
Yeah.
And because of the history there, and just, the parents and things like that. So
yes,
I think I consider him a friend. I don't think he considers me a friend.
And that's perfect.
Right.
That's a perfect right. Union. Y'all are respectful, cordial. You can, cooperate whenever you need to cooperate.
Talk about our son within reason.
Exactly. But as far as
boundaries galore.
Yeah, as far as the question about can you tell someone to lessen the communication? I mean, you can do whatever you want to do.
May I offer something?
Yeah.
I think that sometimes when people speak in relationships, it's so general. I would just say, if there is a scenario or two that you could have in front of mind, and you approach your man, and timing is everything. So maybe y'all just watched y'all show, y'all just kind of doing a little, timing is everything, ladies. So you just say, maybe y'all are done doing some things, and you're like, babe, I kind of want to talk to you about something.
Mm-hmm.
I know you and Cheryl are dealing with whatever, and I know the kids are in that phase where you just want to make sure that they lunch properly, but I get a little uncomfortable with how frequently you all speak. So you didn't choose
most
the scenario.
Most men are, let me not say men, people in general are going to come off defensive when you're talking about them. That's just a natural human trait. So right. if the dude doesn't feel like he's been doing anything wrong, and you come at him with, hey, I feel like you're talking to your baby mama too much, I'm gonna be honest, that's probably not gonna work out. Y'all gonna have it's gonna be a situation, more than likely. And yes,
what about my timing?
No, that's why I said that was a great way to approach it.
Okay.
That was a great way to approach it. I guess that would be him at his most vulnerable position. That's a good one. I never thought about that. But timing is everything in all type of things. And going back to the attraction versus interest, when I was telling you that the vetting process, going way back to the vetting process, but it shouldn't take.
Hey, Raven. That's my
what's going on? It shouldn't take people that long to know if you want to get married. But this is where I was speaking about from earlier in this conversation. Are you giving away marriage vibes? I've dated women that don't give away no marriage vibes. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna continue kicking it like you kicking it. We kicking it.
Right.
You don't give away. If I'm not looking to get married, and you're not giving away marriage energy anyway, everybody's just dealing. Hold on 1 second.
You got a call?
No, I gotta put something on charger. You can go ahead. I can still hear you.
But no, I was gonna say I do think, and we had kind of talked about this offline or whatever when you were asking certain questions about like, I think that. So you were giving all this stuff of like, if a woman wants this kind of guy and blah blah blah, work. I think that women, again, depending on the phase of their life or where they're at, I think some women are realistic about whether or not they are in a space where they're even open to marriage, because it does mean that you have to sacrifice or compromise. And, you know, there could be a woman that's like, I'm just not there yet. I love you.
There you
I want
go.
this or that, but I'm not ready to give that up.
You just said a word. Some women are not there yet.
Yeah.
But you just want to be married, but you're not. You want to be married. You like the idea of marriage, the horse and carriage, pulling up in the Bentley with your dress. All your homegirls excited for you. This, that, and the third. Yeah, but your homegirls excited, but y'all don't think about the work. The work. Women don't think a whole man.
Y'all don't think about the work, Chris.
Listen.
Okay, can I offer? I want to say this because I forgot to say this earlier. You were saying this about a woman doing all this work. They want the wedding, not the marriage. Yes, Raven. You were saying you and your friend, that Juice or whatever, who was calling me out like deflecting or whatever. He's my friend.
He should.
Mm-hmm. But you all were saying this about like, the woman should do all this kind of stuff for a certain kind of guy or whatever. I'm not saying that's not true if that's the guy she wants in terms of working for it. But my thing is, then you have dudes that flip the script and they like, I don't ever want to get married because women trick you. So you want the woman that, because let's be honest, if she do all that to get you, is she willing to do all that to sustain it? So you're asking a woman to go outside of her nature and do all these other things, potentially. Now, I like how you put it when you gave these scenarios of, hey, it's 3 women, all your women are going to look similar because you have a certain aesthetic that you go for. But this woman is kind of setting herself apart because she's doing X, Y, Z or whatever, where she's, maybe more caring, more cooperative, all that kind of stuff, which is important. What if the minute she locks you down, she was doing all these things while y'all were just a couple, and she's like, I'm not doing that, or, because I hear that also.
So you saying I've met her representative and now she has arrived?
Absolutely, because that to me is fake.
This happened after I got married?
Yeah, I literally have heard of several scenarios where a guy is now married and he's like, man, before we were married, we would do this or that. Because maybe the woman is like, I'm ready for kids, so I'm landing on thick. Because I think a lot of women that work, I'm just thinking in generalities, but I don't necessarily want more children. I have a 21-year-old in April, right? Like my son is here. He has a girlfriend. I will have grandkids, right? I'm good. And I would love bonus kids, right? I would love for my man to already have kids or whatever. So I don't necessarily want to start over. The bait and switch, yes, Raven. But I know women that, some of the women I see that work the hardest, they want something from you. They want a baby. They want the ring. They want this or that or whatever. And there are some women that are like, I just want you. I don't want the title. I don't want this or that. I want that to come, but I literally just want you. I like you. I think we're compatible. But I think sometimes women work really hard when they're like, hey, I've run around with this guy. This guy broke my heart. He didn't do this or that. I got 2 years. I want to have a baby by this age. They're going to work in a different way. You know what I'm saying? They want something. That's what happens with these 4, 5, 6, 7-year-old relationships, is that this woman wants a man to just lock down. And what I've told somebody, the longer that you're just in a relationship, the worse that it can become. Because to negotiate?
No, you can still get married. These things, mind you, I only speak in generalities. But most people just get into a relationship. There's no end goal to the relationship, which is why you're dating for 7 years. If there was an end goal, you would have got there already. So what a lot of people do is they stay in these relationships just because they're in a relationship, right? They just
Mhm.
enjoy the idea, kind of like the young lady said, they want the wedding, not the marriage. So you
Mhm.
enjoy being in a relationship, you want this guy, but what happens? We kind of fall off. We get to cheating. Y'all get to cheating. We get to fighting. We get to doing this. We get to arguing. We done moved in together. Finance. We start arguing about finances. We ain't having sex no more like we used to. This, that, and that.
Oh, married couple.
You get a lot of tension when you guys have come to the end of the road. Shout out to Boys to Men. There's no end goal here. It's like you know what people quit most? Jobs. They quit jobs because it's just a job. You feel like anybody can get a job. But you know what people usually don't quit? Careers.
Touche, okay.
Because you've worked for a career.
The credentials are there. Everything.
You've gone to school, you've had work experience, you've done an internship, you've done all type of stuff to land. And people, I have a joke with some of my coworkers. We were saying, when people say, I just landed this new gig. Working, I don't want to offend nobody, but a job is not, I landed this job as a cleaner or something like that. I go mopping floors. Everybody always, that's the bottom, right? I landed a job mopping floors. You don't land that, okay? You got it. I got a job. Yeah, people get a job. You land a career. It just has more oomph, more cachet, because you've worked
more action behind it. I agree with that. It's more intentional.
So if you looked at a relationship the same way, if you went in there looking for your career, you're going to work for that career and you should get it, that career being getting married. But what happens is two people, and I've done it too. I've just dated. You just date and you date someone for long enough to where you're like, you want to be boyfriend and girlfriend? Sure. And let's continue dating. That's the problem. You date a guy, you become boyfriend, girlfriend, and then continue on that same spectrum right there. Y'all, it wasn't like this. It was just like this. Right. Boyfriend and girlfriend, dating, boyfriend and girlfriend. It's just one seamless line for years and years and years. And as y'all, we just get bored because we've been doing this. Both people get bored. Y'all get upset. We start doing this, that, and the third. Y'all start doing this. People start putting thirst traps on Instagram. People trying to go out there and see if they still got it. Remember, all forms of cheating are on the table. Just because a man didn't insert his penis in your vagina does not mean you're not cheating.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother can of worms right there. A lot of women think that I don't cheat. Really? Just because another man's penis in your vagina, you think you ain't cheating? So you put a story up and a dude put a hard eyes, and you put them right back, or put some type of winky face up. Thanks, boo. Thanks, sweetie.
Chris, that's gonna have to be a separate video because I'm gonna call that's a reach. We're not gonna equate that to act.
What? I didn't say equate, but cheating is cheating, just like in the Bible. There's a certain.
Your friend is crazy.
There's facts. That's facts. Certain.
No, Charlamagne.
There are commandments in the Bible that you must follow. If you break one and follow the rest of the 9, you, my friend, are a sinner. Correct? Yes or no?
Correct.
What's wrong with your neck? You all right?
Come on.
Yes or no?
Some people. I agree with Raven. Like, no, Chris. I'm gonna have to call BS on that. No, I don't agree with you because it is one thing for you to be okay, let's just say we're together and I find out I'm not digging or nothing. I don't know how I would find out, but you DMing girls trying to like link up or that kind of stuff. That is very different. That is you making action towards a woman. That's more than you just appreciating the physicality.
I didn't say it's not wrong.
Even like thanks friend or something like that.
He's saying thanks, but I've been in certain DMs and I know damn well they got a boyfriend, and it get a little friendly behind them doors. Okay, I'm gonna just say that. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not saying that one is equal to the other as far as severity on how it makes you feel. But
I don't know if I would break up with someone for an inappropriate message. I would kind of check it.
Sure,
that's very different than you having a whole girl. Or
there are women out there that get cheated on over and over by the same man and take them back. So you don't got to break up with a dude for Texas. Some girls take dudes back for straight cheating for real. So it just depends on your level of sensitivity. Sorry.
No.
It's all cheating. It's all cheating. Anything that you could not tell your man or woman is cheating. If you think of it like that, you'll be better off. You'll never cheat.
I don't cheat.
You don't cheat?
No.
Wow. Let me pull up your file. Give me a second.
I don't cheat.
No, I'm kidding. Look,
what I will say is,
who is gonna say, "Hey, I cheat"?
Cheating. If my guy has made, I think there's certain things that are inherently clear. Like certain things are just cheating. But then if there's something where like maybe a guy I'm with is like, I'm not comfortable with your relationship with him. I know he's your friend, but I didn't like this or that. Trust me, I'm gonna have to consider that. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm trying to be with you, I think anything that makes your guy uncomfortable has to be on the table, and I wouldn't play with that. So I'm not saying, hey, I think it's a case by case, but I think, you said you don't do general statements, but I guess I'm just saying, I don't know that every guy or every woman would view certain things as cheating. And I have to be honest, I've just never been
That's fine.
Paparazzi. I just don't have the time or energy. But I've also never checked the guy's phone, but maybe that's the whole work thing. I'm not checking your phone.
I don't listen. I don't think you should be subject to dealing with a man that you feel the need to check his phone.
And don't check mine. I mean, you don't check. I don't want that. I want to make sure.
I know you don't want him to check your phone. I know that much. That I know.
I'm not like I said. I'm not like that person.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody's that person until they're that person.
Yeah, I agree with Raven. If the conversation turns sexual, ladies and gentlemen, we have evidence of inappropriate behavior.
Anything that you cannot tell your significant other is cheating. Period.
Yes, or what you can't do in front of them is how.
Correct. If you're talking to a dude, because let's not use social media. Fuck it. Let's use texts. Listen, you give your number out to a dude, he got it forever. Okay. Now you can block them. I mean, this technology, you can do that. But a dude who you feel like is cool has your number. You put up a picture on Instagram. He texts you. Let's say you text, y'all engage in texting conversation, right? Let's say you've had sex with this individual, but you feel like he's no harm. He's just texting you, "Hey, what's up? What's up, Bree? What's up, Charles?"
What's up, hey.
Charles always fucking somebody girl. So what's up, Charles? Hey, just hitting you up, see how you was doing. What's going on? I seen you looking good in them pictures yesterday. LOL, stop, Charles. I thank you, whatever. But this conversation, you can't bring this to your man. You're just gonna think it was nothing because in your mind you did not cheat, right? Right or wrong? You feel like you didn't cheat, so you're just gonna keep it as is. Charles may never text you again, but y'all were having conversation that could be deemed as inappropriate if your boyfriend read the thread. You may have seen it as no harm.
But I know him. Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I'm saying. Mind you, I'm not condoning any cheating whatsoever. Any cheating.
Because you've never been that guy.
This not about me, first off. So I don't condone any forms of cheating. But what I want people to understand that cheating doesn't just stop at sexual intercourse at sexual intercourse. There's many levels of cheating. And that's one of the reasons why, at least historically, women cheat is more emotional. You see what I'm saying? It's not just you just seen this cute guy and wanted to have sex with him. Usually it's either one thing that you're lacking at the house. He's this alpha male who, you remember, you want the unicorn. So if he's bossing up and paying all the bills, and you know, blowing your back out, but he not watching Sleepless in Seattle with you. Let me go find me Charles.
Nobody said
Because Charles will watch Sleepless in Seattle. Robert ain't doing that. He just blowing my back out and paying the bills.
So someone made the comment, Raven, my hairstylist, made the comment that text is a whole different thing. I agree. When you start taking things offline, it seems a little more official. And then I didn't see her name, but she's been in the comments. She was like, when those inappropriate conversations take place, because again, you don't have control over that. I have no control over if I post something and someone responds, right? Yeah, at Boston. So at Boston was saying, thank you, KG. So if Boston was just saying if a guy does say something inappropriate, the conversation goes left, she's going to correct that. So
as you should.
And I will say, I know I have always done this, like let me watch how I say that.
Be careful.
Once upon a time, I have been with someone and an associate of theirs came to me left, right? Came to me a little inappropriate, right? I let him know. My guy cannot not know that. And then it comes, you know what I mean? Like, so I think for the most part, women, again,
did you tell him?
To their man to be like, hey.
You told him?
Yeah, I told him.
What'd he say?
I mean, he was not happy, but he also wasn't surprised. And I mean, he understood. He felt some kind of way or whatever, but I just didn't ever want it to be.
Did he ever address his friend or no?
It was like an associate.
All right, okay, so this wasn't somebody he could possibly see again or in the near future.
So you know how guys are, you can say y'all have a few friends, like they had common friends, so they would rip and run together. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So he's in his circle, but not like, maybe they weren't on a group chat, but they, you know, they see each other, they got mutual friends. So, I mean, he had a conversation with them about it, like, hey, that wasn't cool, you know, but he just let them know, I see you, basically.
Well,
but I think that most women give men that courtesy because it just seems like that kind of stuff can backfire more on women. I don't like, maybe, you know, you're out somewhere and someone's like, oh, I saw such and such in her face, and then it comes out like, oh, he's been trying to get her for months, and it's like, why you was this I that voice, but that goes back to that.
That's a pretty cool voice.
So I have to close out in a few minutes.
Yes, I was just about to close out because it's supposed to end at 11. So I'm gonna let you go and speak to the people real quick, and we appreciate you coming on. Remember, tune in tomorrow. We're gonna have a Zoom if you're available. I know you think you have something going on, but if you could slide in there, you know, slide in the Zoom chat. I'll let y'all know the topic tomorrow, but I'll let you go and wrap it up. All right?
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Chris. Make sure you check out Chris Hall's YouTube channel. Great conversation, great dialogue. Bye.
Later, Bree. All right. Yeah, this will happen. Boom, she's out of there. So we appreciate everybody coming on. I don't know why this thing is doing a circle. I think it's trying to cancel them. Appreciate y'all coming on for the random impromptu live. Bree had just called me and she was like, yo, I got to come on the show. I want to talk to you. So we decided to have her on all by herself. But make sure we're going to have a live show tomorrow. The Zoom link will be in my bio. Zoom link will be in my bio tomorrow sometime. Just look around for the post, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow, 9 p.m. to 11. We'll take it over to Zoom. We'll have a Zoom conversation. Make sure y'all got y'all cameras on, man. I got my camera. Y'all get to see my ugly face all the time. All the time. Put your camera on. Get your hair done. Do your thing. Don't come on there looking crazy. So tomorrow, 9, follow me at Chris Hall ATL. Click on the link in the bio to follow the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. See y'all later.